Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I want everybody to know that today's sponsor of the show is Parks Yoga. Check them out in Independence, both normal yoga and hot yoga. Today in history, I want to throw out there, World War I began for the United States. Woodrow Wilson asked for a declaration of war against Germany, and you know why? It was not because of the Louisiana explosion. It was the famous Zimmerman telegram where, guess what? We found out that Germany was encouraging Mexico to invade the United States. That's what led to our entry into World War I eventually. Let's get right to the news. First up, Twitter. Musk, as you all know, has joined the board of directors now with over a 9% share of Twitter. And then Twitter immediately comes out and says they don't anticipate any changing of the policy, blah, blah, blah. Everybody took that to mean that means Trump would not be allowed back on Twitter. If you think for a minute that when Musk walks into that boardroom by Zoom or in person, there's not an earthquake happening in that room, you've got something else to be thinking about. I'm saying right now, I'm calling it. It's not just Trump, folks. Elon Musk's being on the board and purchasing that chunk of shares will lead to the return to Trump and others to Twitter. You just watch. Durham filed something in court pointing out that Michael Sussmann lied to the FBI in a text message saying he was not working on behalf of any client whatsoever, when in fact, he said, I just want to help the Bureau. Lying SOB, because he was hired at the time and he was working for the Democratic Party, he was working for the Hillary Clinton campaign and another company. Michael Sussmann is being nailed. He's lied in writing. And the trial's coming up in May. You watch. This guy's either going to take a plea or he will be convicted. He lied. And everything's going to keep unraveling on all of them. Michael Sussmann, what a son of a gun. Barack Obama visited the White House yesterday in order to relaunch the changes in Obamacare. Did you see the video footage of after their little press conference? Our President of the United States was wandering around aimlessly, nobody to talk to, while Obama was holding court. It was so bad, finally, he walks up behind Barack Obama to try to get his attention, and Barack Obama blows him off. Nobody cared about the President of the United States. I don't know what they were thinking, but all having Obama come to the White House did. And by the way, you know what it was? Orchestrated, I'll guarantee you, by Susan Rice. Folks, Joe Biden is not running this country. And you ought to watch the video footage if you haven't. It's incredible. The President of the United States. Other big news, all kinds of big news yesterday. Zelensky addressed the UN. And good for him. He says, get rid of Russia off the National Security Council or disband the whole freaking UN. You know what? Isn't it amazing that we have this veto power of China and Russia? So the bad guy, it's like putting Hitler and Stalin on the UN Security Council with a veto vote. What do you think's going to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I'm one of these people that says, hey, I get the UN. It's an excuse for everybody to come together and talk. But you know what, folks? That happens whether the UN existed or not. It does. I almost think they should change the United Nations to the United Nations Club. In other words, we make it an informal club that gives them an excuse to talk in New York City. But it really is amazing what's going on. And the Biden administration refuses to use the word genocide. Can you imagine if Trump refused to use the word genocide? There is a documentary coming out called Rigged, and it documents how the Obama gang, political gangsters, and Zuckerberg's money the election in 2020. People say, that Lexington Herald-Leader reporter asked me, well, what proof do you have? Well, I'll tell you the proof. Zuckerberg money. Oklahoma passed a strong pro-life bill making abortion a crime. Oracle status to Oklahoma. On the other side, you've got Colorado passing basically a bill codifying abortion as law. Let the babies be killed. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, there's two kind of states in this country. There's pro-American states, good, we love America, we love life, we love the First Amendment, the Second Amendment. And then you have these liberal states. And you know what's so funny? They think they're cool. California and their liberality thinks they're cool. New York thinks they're cool. And then you got these other Western states who will voted for Biden over Trump because they think they're cool. They're one with nature. They practice yoga. They go on hikes. They snow ski. They ride their bikes on their trails. And they kill babies. Colorado. Speaking of abortion, they found some completely developed babies killed in Washington, D.C., discarded. People want answers. I say let's get answers. Google, don't you love all these woke companies are having trouble getting their workers to come back to work? They created it. They created it. Work from home, mobile. Google is offering their workers scooters. Okay, I'll come back to work if you give me scooters, because these are the same people you had to bribe to eat their Cheerios. Unbelievable. Lloyd Austin testified before Congress. Matt Getz ripped him apart. It is true. Ever since Biden took over as commander-in-chief, our military is focused on a bunch of baloney. White supremacy in the military, diversity, all that junk. Not being a strong military. And I got more to say on that in a minute. Student loan pause. To satisfy the far left progressives, and it looks like it's going to be another pause on student loans. By the way, folks, I know lots of people, family members, non-family members, friends, that have all these student loans. And if you're that person, yeah, you'd love the student loans to go away. You cannot justify the waiving of student loans when all those people chose that route. And think about all the taxpayers that said to themselves, you know what, I'm not going to go to college, I'm not going to go in debt, I'm going to go to work. But then that person has to pay for the person who chose, because think of all the people that would have just, hell, if it's going to be forgiven down the road, give me. Where we are in these liberal states, again, another liberal state, Virginia, school mob attacks in the school. Teachers are hiding. Students are jumping out windows trying to get away from a mob. How does that happen in a high school in America? It did. More military. The United States Navy, the Wall Street Journal did an op-ed about this. The United States Navy is going to build 8 new ships next year and retire 24. So we're down 16 ships. Yep, in this day and age, with everything going on in the world, becoming a weaker Navy seems like the right thing to do. But you know what's important? I'll guarantee you the only people working on those ships are gays, blacks, and women. No white males will be working on those ships, so it's okay building those ships. Who comes out? The World Health Organization comes out and says 99% of the people on Earth breathe bad air. I'm going to tell you something, folks. Here in the tri-state, we got a little bit of smog, but do we breathe bad air? You know what that's all about? Climate change, global warming, fossil fuels. Really? How can they, with a straight face, they can because they're gangsters, 99% of us breathe bad air. What? Really? Think about all the great open spaces in the world. Our West. Lisa Cook, this black woman who Biden wants to sit on the Federal Reserve, doesn't know jack about monetary policy, is a known plagiarist. I mean, was busted on a resume for lying about some paper. She's all black lives matter, all that kind of stuff. Let's put her on the Federal Reserve. It's like the Supreme Court nominee. It's unbelievable. August Alsina. Remember what I said? Good old Will Smith made his life, not only are they cutting his projects, his life and Jada Pinkett's life worse. Her lover, in their open marriage, August Alsina, is writing a book telling it all. Will Smith deserves it all that's happening to him. Sorry, Denzel, I disagree with you. Last but not least, Tiger Woods is going to play in the Masters. Guess what? Everybody's going to watch the Masters now. It's amazing. I'm a Tiger Woods golf fan. I never watch golf unless Tiger Woods is playing on Sunday. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.